anywhere that I have power, I'm mining.
Hello everyone, Charlie Stivers with Goose TV, and in today's episode we're going to be on site, we're going to have some fun. Everything you're about to see here today started with a $2,000 investment. So we are on site with miningrighelp.com out of Parker, Colorado. Let's take a tour and find out what these guys are up to. Hey Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see ya. All right, we're here to get your story on what you're doing in the crypto world with Mining Rig Help, and how you're helping people and business owners have additional streams of income through crypto mining, right?
Well, this is our facility, so welcome to our facility. This is something that I started in April 1st of 2021, and I love to build things. So in the passion of building things, as you can see here, we got a 56 Chevy that we're putting fuel injection on. And back here I have some CNC machines and some lathes, because I love to build stuff. You know, we teach people about crypto and everything else, so we just take new or old school computers and then, you know, we build them and help people understand an easy way to make some money off crypto without having to look at charts and, you know, subscribe to giant, you know, people that are in the trading world. And our world is very simple. We just build a couple machines and mine a couple of coins. We do a lot of testing in here. Some of our old motherboards, some of our original ones are all burned up and broken. And yeah, just this is my little home, and I'll show you guys the vault here real quick. Right now, we're the only GPU mining company that I know of in America. And we are a full service facility. We work with insurance companies, we build machines, we repair machines, we upgrade them. We love to educate people on what crypto is and what mining is. Because you can mine on almost anything. You know, I've heard this before several times in my life. You know, the first step of anything is the hardest, and we help people get past that first step. And whether you're going to go crazy like what you're about to see, we have several facilities. This is just where we talk to customers. So I only have so much power in this place. So we had to have multiple buildings. When you see what you can do with it, the power, it's like a drug. It's very addictive. And so we have hundreds of machines scattered across Colorado. Here, I only have several here, but it's mostly for demonstration purposes so customers can see them. But I love it. It's a drug to me. I love helping people. I've always loved training people in the automotive world where I come from. Yeah, it's a fantastic world to be a part of. Well, let me show you inside the vault here. I know it's a little noisy. You hear a lot of fans running. And you can see the temperatures up here. Each one of these graphics cards put out is about 960 BTUs roughly. And so we have 8 up here, there's 8 behind you, there's 8 up here, there's 10 down there. And so we don't have AC in this room. I just figured out a way to take fans and take air and keep everything cool, along with retaping and pasting the cards to keep the thermal temperatures down. And you can see right here some of the hash rate efficiencies and some of the temperatures. It's actually like 49, 40, 59 degrees Celsius. Even in a 100-degree room, they figured out how to keep the temperatures down on the cards and not cook the cards, which I know a lot of people are scared of. If you look back here, you can take these old computers, these old Windows 7s, if you have these laying around your house, you can have them make you $5 every couple of months. Here's some of the old ones we had up and running. You can mine on anything. It doesn't matter. You can mine on your phone. These we have these really old laptops. Let's do a GPU, one of my favorites.
Take a look at that.
So it's just an old laptop. You can see it's like glowing from the battery that's about to explode. You can see here this is an i3 core. This is CPU mining. Yeah, it does just a couple. This one's what? This is XRP. Yeah, a couple XRP every month.
That one's hot.
Oh yeah, it's nothing exciting.
So, and you don't run any heat into your whole building here, and then you repurpose the heat through.
Of the crypto mining machines, you can take the heat, suck it out. This goes outside the building.
Oh, okay.
Or you can take the heat from these machines and you can pump it into your house into your own heating and air conditioning air ducts. In one of our other buildings I'll show you, you can see how we're doing that. We're actually taking one of the grow tents from weed, and we figured out how to pump air in and out of it, put it outside in the summer or in the winter, pump it into the building to heat the whole building.
All right, so one of my favorite stories is how you began. I've seen pictures of your apartment in the early days and how you gathered what looked like junk and you actually built it to make money for you.
Well, the way this all started, the whole thing started because of COVID. I've wrenched for 26 years. Born and raised Flint, Michigan, so my family worked on the assembly lines. So my entire life has been cars. I've had successes and I've had failures in cars. It is what it is. COVID hits, and I'm at the end of my career. You can't really go much farther in the automotive world. I did diesel, I did tranny for Ford and for Dodge, and it's pretty much the top of the scale. The next, you move into management, and I'm not a management type person. So at that time, so you're a journeyman working in a dealership. COVID hits, and if everybody remembers, there was no cars whatsoever on the road. We're working in a shop that has 30 technicians. There's 5 to 10 cars coming in. Then you've got these kids over here that are living in apartments, struggling to get by at their 18 or 20 bucks an hour, because they're in their apprenticeship programs. And us as journeymen, we're supposed to be settled. We're supposed to have the house, the 401k. We're supposed to be, we can take a hit for a few months. Right before COVID, I got a divorce a few years before, but I lived with my ex-wife. And then right before COVID hit, we went our own ways. That was in September, I want to say. January hits, COVID hits. Me and all the other journeymen, we get together and we decide to take some vacations. We take some vacations thinking COVID was going to be over by summer. Well, it never was. Since I had just moved out, I pretty much left everything with my ex-wife. So I'm starting over fresh. I meet a new girlfriend a week out of moving out, just out of pure luck. And so we're buying salt and pepper, and we're buying everything. So I'm draining through my savings account. COVID hits. I have nothing. April 1st of 2021, I'm down to my last $2,000 to my name. We're ready to be homeless, ready to lose everything. Well, one of the guys I worked with, Kevin, which someday hopefully he'll work here, showed me how to trade crypto. And then Chris is another technician who just retired and is now working here with us. He showed me what crypto was. And so between the two of them, I traded some crypto and I turned $2,000 into $8,000 within a few weeks. $8,000 into 16. We took some money out, we paid some bills. In the process of that, Angelo, someday you guys will meet, me and him are playing video games together. And he's like, you can mine it. So he comes through my IP address and shows me how to mine crypto. And I was hooked. The second I found out that I could mine, that I could make money off of these machines and turn these liabilities into assets, I was hooked. And so then I started scrambling through everything on YouTube, everything on Google, getting all the information. And there's fantastic information out there, but it's one person's using this program, one person's using this program. This pool is better than another pool. This graphics card's better than this. This is a better RAM to run with your motherboards. So everybody was different. And it was very frustrating to me when I first got into this. And this is during Ethereum. So Ethereum was proof of work, and this is during the great shortage, is what I call it, of GPUs. The COVID shortage of GPUs. So I'm out paying top dollar for graphics cards. That's how I built some of these computers that you see around us right now for stupid money that you shouldn't have paid for a graphics card. But I was so hungry to get into it, I did it anyways. So in those first few months, my first designs were horrible. I had no clue what I was doing. I'm using all the wrong stuff. And then Angelo, he disappeared in the gaming world, because that's what happens in the gaming world. People just disappear. They, poof, they're gone, you know? They got other things they need to do in life. So he comes back, and I told him, yeah, I'm building this, I'm building that, and he jumped on board and started helping. He lived out in New York at the time. He ended up flying out here, helping me a little bit more. And then November hits, and I went from never building a computer to having, I think I had 2 8 rigs, and I had 10 of those 2012 Dell computers, all running in our house. People were starting to find out that I built crypto mining rigs. Next thing I know, well, I'll give you the picture. Next thing I know, our house looks like a server room. It's an apartment. It's a 1,400 square foot apartment. It's got 3 windows and a sliding door. They're all open. It's 30 degrees outside. I have fans in the window circulating air through the house. And it's 85 degrees in our house.
Wow.
It was a 100 amp panel that we had in there. We disconnected the microwave. We disconnected the washing machine just to run machines. And at that moment in time, we were doing around $6,000 a month in Ethereum.
Wow.
Ethereum was the big thing. And we ran Ethereum, I think, don't quote me, it was September, October.
Yeah.
I think the year after that Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake. And then, everything in the crypto market crashes. I never gave up. I kept building machines. We kept going after new coins. And this company just keeps growing and growing every day because of, I think it's the determination to see this through to the end. So.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about some of the newer coins, and then you can maybe discuss some of the legacy coins that have been around that we still mine, that are mineable. So let's go from 4 or 5 years ago to now. Like, who can kind of duplicate or use your services to use their underutilized computers at home and start mining?
The biggest thing is this world of crypto is going through a huge change. We got rid of Gary Gensler, which is huge. We have new people being appointed, whether it's going to be Charles, from Cardano, or
Charles Hoskinson, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have the guy from XRP. What's his name? Gary.
Gerling, I always forget how to say it.
Garlinghouse.
Garlinghouse, thank you.
So yeah, Garlinghouse is coming on board. I can't keep everybody's names straight.
I know.
So depending on who comes on board to regulate, put the rules and regulation and clarity into crypto, that's going to be a huge dynamic. At this moment in time, we have 2 different ways to mine coins. We have the safe way, which Ethereum Classic and Monero are very safe. Out of all the cryptos you can mine, proof of work coins, those are some of the easiest to mine. A lot of backing, a lot of people. We really like those. Through mining, depending on the machines, you can double your money within a 5-year period. So if you buy a machine you build a gaming computer for $7,000 or $5,000 or $3,000, whatever your gaming computer is, you could use that to double your money. So you can turn your personal computer into something that makes you money. Very simple, very easy. It's not very complicated. The fun part, the network of people in the context that we're building right now, we call it speculative mining. And what it is, it's new coins that hit the market. And once a new proof of work coin hits the market, we look at the white papers on it. We look to see if there's utility, if it has good people backing it. And this is mostly gut feeling. If you find something that's, like, I believe in what they're trying to do, whether it's AI, whether it's tokenization, whether it's blockchain, whether it's the DAG system or Rust or whatever it's going to be, we'll find these coins in the very beginning when they come out, and that's where you make your money in mining. Mm-hmm. You mine coins before anybody can buy it, before it hits Coinbase, before it goes on Robinhood, before it goes on Binance, or even before it goes on Kraken or any other ones. So we'll mine them out for a month or two, and we'll get a majority of them, and then we push it aside, and then we move on to the next ones.
Because you're mining pools, and not too many people are involved in that pool in the early stages, so there's a bigger share to go to a few people, right?
So like your Ethereum Classic, I don't know what the hash rate, it's in the, I think I remember hash or terahashes, maybe petahashes now. But there's a lot of people in these pools. Let's just say, this is a fictitious number. There's 10,000 people, right? And every time you do one of the equations, when you show one of the transactions and you do the work for it, that whatever the reward is split over 10,000 people. When these brand new coins come out, there's 100 people in the world, there's 50 people in the world, there's maybe 1,000 people in the world that even know that this has come out. Mm-hmm. And once it comes out, if the reward is 1 and it's split over 50 people, you're going to get a bigger chunk than if it's split over 10,000 people.
Right.
We have so many different machines. The more machines you have, the more coins you can do. Every single one of our machines does 2 coins. We do CPU mining and GPU mining. So we try to utilize every resource of the computer, but not burn it down to the ground. So, as I say, we use like 70% power of the GPU and of the CPU so that you're not melting everything, but you can still mine and get some money out of it. Mm-hmm. So we'll jump every month from coin to coin. Since I have well over 100 machines, I'm able to do multiple coins, CPU and GPU at the same time. Yeah. Not everybody's going to have my luxury. Doing 1 or 2 coins on 1 or 2 different computers, whether it's your old Dell computer that's sitting in the basement collecting dust, go blow it off, fire it back up, put some new thermal paste and tape on it, and have it start mining for you. Mm-hmm. There's a few that you can do on your phone. There's some Pi, and there's B. There's a couple that you can do on your phone. Very popular.
There's one coming out I need to share with you that's on the phone.
We don't know if it's ever going to do anything.
Right.
It's free, so what do you expect for free? You know what I mean? Like,
watch some ads.
Yeah. But if it does turn into something and you stick with it for a year or two, then you're going to get a couple thousand coins. I think right now it's like $50 or $60 a coin per Pi. It's like 75 cents or something like that.
Yeah, I got a few hundred of those.
Yeah, so
back in the day.
You're going to make a couple of bucks, or maybe you don't.
Right.
Off your phone.
Yep.
Until you start putting money into it, into building bigger machines. One of my quotes I always tell my customers is, you're going to take a trip from from New York to Spain. How do you want to get there? Do you want to take a paddleboard? Do you want to take a tugboat? Do you want to take a cruise ship? Do you want to be on a Pan Am air flight or something like that? Or you want a private jet? However much money you put into it is how quick you're going to get there. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's GPU mining, CPU mining, ASIC mining, which we're getting into starting to buy and sell ASIC miners. There's a lot of new coins that are coming out with ASIC, so we're finally making that transition because we want to be able to utilize and help both sides of the spectrum in the mining world. Yeah. But however you want to get there, you've got to put money into it. That's the biggest thing.
So you mentioned not a lot of people have your luxury of building out multiple systems, but one of the niches that you've been able to provide service to are other businesses who have underutilized space, who love this idea. Why don't you talk about that business sector that you're helping?
In this world, power is your friend. So the more power you have in a building, a house, a warehouse, a car wash, the more power you have, the more you can do. One of the side effects of having power is you're taking, these are fictitious numbers, but you're taking $100 worth of electricity, turning into $200 worth of crypto. When you do that, you're making heat. You have a lot of heat that comes off of these things. You can capture this heat to heat a building, to heat a house, and you can use it as your benefit. Like in here, we don't use gas. I haven't used gas in 3 years since we've been in this place because the heat that radiates off of this it's enough.
Right.
Inside personal households, I have a lot of my customers call me and tell me where they have 2 or 3 of my machines in there that their furnace doesn't run in the winter. It's amazing how much heat comes off of it. The downside is in summer, as you can see I have like a mini split behind us here. In the summer, you need to capture the heat and you need to get rid of it. You need to push it outside because your electric bill for your AC will go high. Now, when you own a business, these are, as we call it, these are proof of work processing units, is what we call them. If you have a business, let's say it's a car wash. In a car wash, you need mass amounts of power. Churches, mass amounts of power. Warehouses, mass amounts of power. If you own a business and you own the building and you're paying for electricity every single month, you can put multiple machines in there to heat your building. Your business is going to pay for electricity, so it's a write-off. The machines themselves, they're equipment, so they are a write-off. There's all kinds of legal stuff that you have to go through to make it happen, but they're write-offs. It's not like you just say, I bought this and I write it off. There's a little bit more to it. But you can use them as a write-off. What we teach people is everything we do is legal. We don't teach anything illegal here. You can use your company, you can use your electricity, you can use your businesses to run these. And then you can mine into these decentralized wallets. You can make some interest. There's a thing called staking, and hopefully everybody that's watching understands staking. Staking is anywhere from 1% interest a year to 20% interest a year. So you take your electricity, you turn it into crypto, you stake it, and then you do that over and over again every single month. You switch from coin to coin every month or every couple of months. You get certain amounts. Once you take the emotion out of this, it helps bring it together. Most of my business owners, they have multiple businesses. So they don't have time to watch this.
Right.
We provide a service. We do a subscription service after the first year. The first year, we stick with our customers. It's parts and labor, no questions asked, warranty that comes with our machines. We stand behind our stuff. We're just a small company, so we want to make sure that all our customers' machines stay up and running minimum of 90% of the time. There's too many different factors between power outages, Comcast or Xfinity that go down all the time, so I can't say 100% uptime. But we do our best to make sure that we're at 100%. Mm-hmm. We tell everybody 90%. So with our computers over here in our facility, we watch everybody's crypto. We watch the machines, we watch temperatures, we watch power, we watch hash rates. We make sure the cards are not overheating. We can tell from temperatures and power when cards need to be retaped and pasted. So we provide a service every single month for our subscription.
All without access to their wallets.
Yeah, we don't touch anybody's wallets. We never want to know your passwords. We never want to know anything about anything. Mm-hmm. We don't take money off the top for mining for you. We sell you a machine. We work with you for a year. At the end of the year, you can do it on your own. You can run with the machine, you can do it all by yourself, or you sign up for our subscription, and then we work with you still. And we try to go from bull run to bull run with the subscriptions. In the middle of the bull runs, nobody does anything. We just mine out new coins. I always say we're like little squirrels, just gathering stuff up. But we'll gather all these different coins up. We'll wait for the bull run, and then we help our customers literally go to their house and help them convert their crypto that they've mined into cash, so that they can cash out, or we leave it and they run to the next bull run.
So talk about, so there's a couple very popular coins now that you were fortunate enough to mine back in the day. Maybe talk about some of those where, again, we could be in that same situation mining today in some of these newer coins. For example, you're helping me mine one called Chlor, which is an AI coin.
Yep.
I did some quick research on that, and that looks pretty cool, but you were mining that months ago along with some of these others. Maybe share a little bit of those stories.
Yeah, it started with, so when Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake, I sat down and had to make sure that what I was doing was correct. I had to make sure that these machines that I'm building, that they're going to produce. In every company, there's evolution, right? And so I had to evolve into the next stage. And so we turned that into the speculative mining. Caspa was one of the first ones that we went after. We had no idea how successful Caspa was going to be on our end. We started mining Caspa at 0.007.
And that's K-A-S-P-A.
Yes, it's a backwards K. It's like a teal green. I always say a 57 Chevy teal green, is what I always say. Car guy, sorry. But that was one of our first ones we went after. And we mined out in a 6-month period about 1.5 million Caspa off some of our 8 and 24 rigs that we have. I should have mined that. I should have turned all of them in reality. Now that I look back. A few months ago we hit 20 cents. I think today we're like 16, 18 cents, something like that. But when you look at, I had one of my $100,000 machines. It mined out for 6 months, and then I had a couple of the 8 rigs also with it. So we're talking $150,000 worth of rigs for 6 months, mining 2 coins, and one of them was Caspa. We did 1.5 million coins. At 20 cents a coin, you can see that machine has done paid for itself in a 6-month period.
Right.
Once we figured that out, we really got, we every week we're going through forums, we're going through anything that we can get our hands on for crypto. Fetch AI was one. Fetch AI was one that we found. I couldn't mine it, but I could take RXD. RXD we've never really believed in, Radiant, but for a while it was very profitable. So we would take that and buy Fetch AI. We would buy Render. This next, I think, bull run from now until 2028, I think your gaming type coins, your AI, anything that does tokenization of any type of form, the utility side of the coins, those I think are going to be the big ones. So that's where we kind of shifted our attention. There's 23,000 cryptos today?
That's what's reported.
Yeah, so to go through each single coin, the 23,000, we're looking for specific things, proof of work coins. We're looking for something with a good utility. We're looking for AI. We're looking for gaming. I mean, like we were talking earlier, there's at any given time there's 300 million gamers in the world. Any given time. PlayStation's trying to come out with their own blockchain. That's going to be huge.
Yeah. Turnkey community, millions of users.
Company already has backing. Yeah, millions of users. Microsoft is doing the same thing with their own blockchain. And having that information, I still play with cars, as you can see down here. We have an automotive shop, so I kind of focus some attention there. But I don't have to sit and run multiple companies like a lot of our customers do. So I can sit here with my guys and we can research new stuff that's coming out. That's what our customers want. They want that edge.
Yep.
You know, we found Chlor the first week it came out, Carlson the first week it came out. We don't know if all these coins are going to amount to something. But if I have thousands upon millions of these coins right when it first comes out, and I set it off in a wallet, I'm 10 steps ahead of everybody else that's buying it off Coinbase on their monthly recurring buy of Bitcoin and XRP. I've been screaming about XRP for years. I've loved the utility of it. I loved how they're in, I think it's 185 countries now, XRP. Why Gary Gensler slowed it down, I have no idea. But the actual utility of it, the backing and what they're doing, yeah, I've always loved it. So when it comes to the coins, some of it I think is going to be luck, some of it's going to be research, but some of the coins that we're doing right now, like the Chlor, the BlockX, I wish we could do more Caspa. Caspa went to ASIC mining, so that's one of the main reasons we're buying some ASIC miners, is to go after Caspa. Of course, your Bitcoin and your Doge and your Litecoin are ASIC miners. But getting them when they're in the CPU and GPU phase in the beginning, before they go to ASIC, that's the part where you make the money.
Right.
I have a love for cars. I grew up on the assembly lines of Flint, Michigan, you know, Buick City and Chevy truck, and you know, like my mom, she worked in the power plant for Buick City. They had their own power plant. That's how big Buick City was back in the day. So growing up around cars, my mom and her last husband, they collected the Sinclair signs and the STP oils and the maps. It was amazing collection that they had. I've always had a thing for older cars. My personal favorites are the G-bodies, which are your Buick Regals, Monte Carlos, and stuff like that. The car world is very interesting. As you can see down here, we have a 56 Chevy truck that we're doing fuel injection on. Most people that have this have money, they're retired. And so when they come in here and they see what we do, you get, I love cars, what are you doing? I want to be a part of this.
Yes.
So it's a good intro into what we're doing. Along with the new automotive place we started, you know, we do oil changes and we work on your basic minivans and stuff like that. And we are training my daughter and some of the other kids, they're 20 and 22 years old, to work on cars. So they're using my expertise and my tools and my leadership to work on cars. In the process, we get to work on some fun cars. We've worked on Panteras we've had some of those go fast BMWs in here, some Porsches, a lot of Corvettes. A lot of people here in Denver have a lot of Corvettes. We worked on several of those, along with working on your work trucks. So your F450s and F350 plow trucks.
You got some fleet maintenance.
Some fleets, because the people that own those companies have my machines.
Oh, there you go.
Like 5 of my customers have a total of like 800 trucks. It's hilarious. But those customers of mine, they bought hundreds, $200,000, $300,000 worth of machinery from me for the crypto. So we've built a community here, infrastructure of this family of cars, and everybody needs a car. Everybody's scared about cars too. But we help people understand cars better. And now that I'm in this world of technology, we use this program. While we're working on your car, we can take pictures and videos. And the customer, whoever it is, whether it's an individual or a company, they get to see their vehicle up in the air. So I'm trying to incorporate the crypto world, the technology world, into the automotive world. And it's been going on for a few years. A lot of companies now are starting to take pictures and videos so that when somebody sees their car, we explain something. They have this more of you can have proof that something's broken. And I'm very curious to see we've been playing with AI. between AI, between the technology, between cars, how this is all in the future how it's all gonna blend together. But in the car world, it's an amazing world. There's so many different people. Whether you're into station wagons or the Subaru people or the Volkswagen people, there's all these groups and cliques of different car people. And no matter what it is, whatever group it is, when they come in here, we try to make them feel like they're family. They get to hang out in their shops with us and see us work on their cars, and we get to get one-on-one with them with the crypto and meet their families and see their businesses. So when you bring this all together, it's a beautiful network that I think that I've built, and I love the people that I've surrounded myself with in this world, and it's all because of cars.
It's a normal way to expose people to other opportunities, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's some rumors that you can mine crypto or Bitcoin through Teslas, and with the whole EV becoming huge portion of cars, I would think there'd be some way to maybe mine spec coins or something like that easier. Who knows? But
I can mine on most anything, and I'm pretty sure there's some kids out there. They're very smart. I mean, they're very smart. Somebody's going to figure out how to turn your Tesla into some crypto mining machine or something.
Right.
I mean, they do hack through networks to cheat in games all the time. So the new generation of kids, I don't even know what the new generation is going to be called.
I know.
They're growing up in this world of tokenization, of blockchain, everything that's about to happen. These next few years are going to be explosive in this world, and I think the people, like everybody always thinks they're too late. They're not. Nobody's too late.
Right.
The only reason you're too late is because you have hesitation.
Yep.
That's it. Stop with the hesitation. Take that first step, which is the hardest step, and just get into it. Whether you buy a machine, whether you just mine on your phone, whether you just go on Coinbase or Robinhood and buy some Bitcoin, I don't care what it is, just get into it.
Get in the game.
Yeah, once you're in it, then do your research. And then it turns into a drug. And then you're addicted.
That's true.
And then you're throwing money at it.
You're diversifying.
The one thing I'll end everything on is, we tell this to a lot of people, and you can edit this out if you want, but there are 3 major rules when it comes to crypto. 3 rules. That is it. Nobody talks about it. I watch hundreds of influencers and crypto people. There are 3 rules when it comes to crypto. Every 5 years there's a bull run, and you can tear that apart. There's reasons why. You're basically tripling from your highest point to your highest point every 5 years, as a minimum. Like Bitcoin in 2017 was like 17,500, and I'm pretty sure somebody can tear that apart in the comment and get the exact number. And then in 2021 it was 68,000. That's triple in my book, right? But when you look at Ethereum, it did the same thing. Cardano did the same thing. The only one that really didn't do it was XRP because of the lawsuit.
Right.
But the big thing when it comes to crypto, and all the people that say it's fake, and all the people that think that the world's not going to evolve, the biggest rule is number 3. When you go from your peak of that 68,500 in your Bitcoin in 2021, it dropped down to $16,000. You're going to lose 70 to 90% of your value going from a bull run to a bear market. That's where people get wrecked. I was at a Thanksgiving dinner this weekend, and they bought crypto at like 40,000 when Bitcoin was at 40,000, and they thought it was going to go to the moon, and which it did, but they didn't understand the rules, and it dropped down to 30,000 or 25,000. They sold it. So many people, so many stories. I've heard thousands of stories from people that tell that exact same thing, and I'm like, If you knew that there was a pattern, if you knew these 3 rules, how different would have your life have been? And they're like, well, we wouldn't have sold it, that's for sure, you know. So that's my biggest thing that I can, out of all of this, out of the mining or buying or proof of work or proof of stake, out of all of it, is the 3 rules. If you just listen to that, you can make money.
It's pretty key.
And just know you're never going to time the market right. Every time I have taken a coin, I'm like, ooh, this is going to 0, and I move it over, that coin will skyrocket, and the coin I moved it into will plummet. If you think you're going to take this money and you're going to buy Burger King with it next week, this industry's not for you. But if you can wait and leverage your time over a 5-year period, 5 years at a time, if you can leverage your time and understand what leveraging your time really means, you can do amazing things. And that's what I learned in the very beginning when I started this, was how to leverage my time. And now I am benefiting from the hard work, from pushing every single day, from building these machines to building my network, understanding the 3 rules. And now I'm benefiting. My life is the best it's ever been.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing your stories, and those tips are pretty key for people to have best practices when it comes to getting into crypto.
So a couple things going on here in this building. We have like a main computer. Most of our computers that we build, they just store the customer's wallets on. They're not connected to anything. They're very secure. So that's what some of these computers are. This computer over here had a 3090 in it. From our side, we get to watch temperatures, we get to watch power. When something's drawing a lot of power and generating a lot of heat, we know it's time to be retaped and paced. So we'll contact the customer and say, we got to retape your card. Ship it to us. We have customers all over the United States. Ship it to us, or like this one's right across the street from us, so we can just walk over and pull it out, retape, repaste, clean the cards, put new fans in it, and then we'll bring it back when we're done and get this machine up and running. Usually down for a couple of days. This was one of our ideas. So you can see we have this heating and air conditioning system right here. This is a grow tent. So this is for weed. So we kind of tapped into the weed industry. So what we figured out is we can take AC, we can bring it in. This is all open right now, so we can show you. So we can bring it in and we can cool this. So in the summer we can cool this. But in the winter, you can reverse this. And you can take all the heat that's inside of here and you can dump it into your AC or heating system, and then it will feed your entire house, or in this case, the warehouse. I wish we had a temperature gauge with this, because it's like, I want to say 70 degrees in here.
At least.
Yeah, at least 70 degrees in here. But even with this wide open, when you walk inside, it's probably easily 10-degree difference. These are some of our 8 rigs. These are 8 3090s. This is one of my most popular builds. But just the heat alone that's in here, it's insane how much heat these things produce. But once you close this all up, when you take these covers and you lock this all up, if this was a house, like an 8x8 room, like something in your basement, you could do a little finagling and get it into your heating system. You could dump it outside. Over here, see here at the top, we have a fan that will take and dump air. This goes through the wall, and so it'll dump hot air outside if you want. So you can regulate how much heat you're pumping into your house. If it's too much heat, sometimes it is. It's amazing. You can pump some of it outside. We have it split. It's like a 50-50. 50% goes into this heating and air conditioning system, and the other 50% goes outside. just to help keep a 70, 75 degree balance inside the shop, because there's no heat running in here at all.
Wow.
It's just those 3 machines. I think there's like 1,600 square foot facility, but we're 40 feet tall, so you have a lot of square footage in here, and those 3 machines keep it a nice 75 degrees at all times.
So you mentioned a church that you kind of have a similar system plugged in. Why don't you share that story?
We worked with this church out in New York, Long Island. We worked with them for a little bit. They couldn't get the funding together. The way it all started, when we realized we could repurpose heat and we could make money, the church has a boiler system in it, and they brought in this company, and I might be off on the numbers a little bit, but they brought this company in to upgrade this church. I think it was like 15,000 square foot or something like that, this church. It's a hotel and a church, and it's a whole thing. Well, the boiler went out, and they brought this company in, and so to upgrade the heating and air conditioning for the whole church was it was like $40 million. It was worth more than like what the church and the land was worth. So it was actually easier to bulldoze the whole church and build a whole new building than it was to put in like heating and air conditioning. There's asbestos. The church has been there for a while. Well, we figured out a way, this is where these came from, to take several of the rooms in the church and then dump all the hot air to heat the church, because they didn't have any heat at the time. So the plan we came up with was to have a church that would have been self-sufficient. So every 5 years it would make money off Bitcoin and Ethereum and Monero or whatever they decide to do, along with heating the church. And in the summer we dump all the hot air on the outside, so it would still stay nice and cool because it's an old stone and brick building. We worked on it for a while. They just couldn't come up with the funds. We figured we could have done the whole church for like under $5 million, the whole church, and a church that would make its own money, be profitable, versus spending $40 million to put in a heating and air conditioning system, or to keep dumping millions of dollars every couple of years into this boiler system. So we devised a plan, but they never pulled the trigger on it. So that's where a lot of this all came from, just out of trying to help people, trying to bring people together to come up with common solutions. And that's how my whole company just keeps growing like that. Just every day it's something new and innovative.
So along innovation, so even for single family residents, they could set up their own like mining closet or IT closet, like many of the big ones do these days.
Yeah.
So maybe talk about like how people can look at this as a solution along all these lines with mining and heating and energy repurposing. Most
of like 8 by 8 rooms would be like, a lot of people have basement rooms. So we're working on a way, it doesn't save money, because you're getting rid of your gas and you're taking the electricity, so your electricity bill goes up a little bit in the winter, but your gas bill, and you're not using that. So however you want to view that.
Right.
But now you're using your house electricity and using the machines to heat your house, and you're making money doing it.
Right.
And depending on what coins you do and how you do it, determines whether you double your money, or you 10x your money, or 100,000x, whatever magical thing that you find. It will determine what you can do with inside your house. And it's pretty cool too. Like when people come over, they're just like, "What's that?" It's like, "This is my room." It's like the man cave.
Yep.
The technology room.
The new man cave. Yeah. That's awesome.
I would love to figure out a way to have it as an option for like KB Homes or Richmond Homes. Get in as they're building these neighborhoods, to bring enough electricity in. We were touring some houses here in Parker. They already have like 300-400 amps coming into these new houses. Especially in the nicer neighborhoods, because everybody wants a hot tub, or they want a pool, or everybody wants something.
Or they have dual systems for up and down as well.
So when you look at the new houses that are being built, they're already building the houses ready for 1 or 2 of like these mining machines to go in them. I just got to figure out a way to get and meet them. And,
Right.
you know, shake their hand and say,
Yeah.
hey, you know, here's an idea. Some people are into technology. Some
Yeah.
people, they can't wait till the new Tesla comes out or the new Rivian comes out. And they're the people that buy it instantly. And other people wait until it's a proven thing, and then they'll go buy one. So depending on who it is, when it comes to the new builds on the homes, this could be something for the future. It's funny, so we're working on cars, right? And it doesn't matter what it is. But then we've got these old school. So this is a water-cooled 5700 XT build that one of my customers bought when I first got into this. So this thing just sits over here and runs. These were just a bunch of our extra cards. Anywhere that I have power, I'm mining. Whether it's my house, this business over here, that one over there. We're just constantly mining. Our phones mine because I have power in them.